Hey everybody, Gizmo here, and I've got a Pepsi. Yeah, I don't have a libation today. It's really sad, you know. Anyway, welcome back, Team Gizmo members. We are here to talk about Civilization 6, continue our epic adventures with the Aztecs and Montezuma. I wanted to go ahead and just let's jump right in and show you some gameplay. We're going to get some technologies this time, I'm pretty sure, and also we might even get our civics and bump that stuff up. There's going to be a little more editing in this one, so that it'll skip along a little faster. You won't be waiting in between turns, unless there's something I'm doing that's incredibly stupid and obnoxious. Otherwise, let's go jump right in. So here we go. All right. So we're going to click our next turn. We have Tenochtitlan 5 turns until we get our scout. We've got our eagle warriors here near some sheep, and we're gonna next turn. Here we go. Oh yeah. So interesting thing about the soundtrack here, when I was playing as the English, I get to hear Scarborough Fair like 85,000 times. Yeah. Um, yeah. I mean, I like Scarborough Fair, but I mean, God. I mean, I don't care if you how techno you make it or how it. No, no, make something else. Okay. We moved our Eagle Warriors up to this hill. We're seeing a little bit more. Ooh, Tribal Village. Oh, we'll check that out. See, Tribal Village is covered. You can dismiss these by right-clicking on them, but I'm not going to bother this time, so. It's got a good beat. I can dance to it. Give it a 75. All right, we'll get the Tribal Village. Let's see what we get. Oh, great. 40 gold. Okay, 40 gold is actually pretty helpful early in the game. I would rather have gotten something else, but that's okay. And look, a barbarian scout. Huh, okay. So, hey, look, it's a boy and his dog. All right, so we do need to get some things taken care of with this guy. I'm going to trust him. And holy Hannah, look at this. We've got 4 different freaking whales. Okay, we found like whale heaven here. This was like a really good place to build when we get an opportunity to. Let's take a look at the lenses here. We'll go to the settler lens and take a look. Okay, well, I mean, just coastal water, so it's not, we're only going to get +1 housing from that. But over here, it looks like we might want to actually build our second city closer to Tenochtitlan, and then build our third city closer to the coast over here, give ourselves a nice little sweep across the continent here. But we have a lot of luxury resource over here. It's not going to count as food so much as it is a luxury resource, which is both handy and not. But it also has access to copper, which can be a very helpful resource to have access to, and sheep. So again, we've got access to some good things in this area. Let's see if we can take out this barbarian scout, see where he heads off to. Okay, there he goes. We're gonna get him. We're gonna get him. We're gonna get him. Okay, we're probably not, because he has 3 movement points, we've only got 2. But we might be able to drive him toward our scout when it comes out, because we've got 2 more turns till we get our scout. And if we take a look here, you can see, oh, it's a boy and his dog. Oh. Um, that'll be our scout, and if we can sort of drive this guy this direction, then we'll have our scout. We can probably take him out pretty easily. That said, there is a barbarian encampment around here somewhere. We do want to get that taken care of. Number one, because it'll keep spawning units, and they suck. The barbarians are pretty omnipresent, even through the modern day. It's kind of weird. I don't hear much about Huns and Vandals anymore, you know, in 2016, but there you are. Regardless, I do know that they continue to spawn pretty much indefinitely. So you want to try to clean those things out. You get 55 gold for clearing them out, which is helpful. And you can also, early in the game, before you ever get anything else, a civic here, I'll show you what it is. It's right here. Military tradition, where if you clear a barbarian outpost, you get a boost. So you knock off about, say, 19 turns worth of effort on that. That's pretty good, just for doing something you want to do anyway. So, all right, we're going to keep playing here. So, okay, so we're back. Our scout has moved up that direction. I'm going to head this way and just see if we can just. I'm sure he's going to be hanging out in this area. We'll have to figure out where he's going. I want to see what else is in this space because there's, like I said, that barbarian encampment's got to be down along in here somewhere. Also, real quick note on the graphics. It's a little strange because it looks 3-dimensional. If you look at everything here, they look 3D, and if you you know, zoom in here. I mean, those look like some pretty nice looking elephants, and here's your little town and stuff. But it's kind of weird because it's almost isomorphic. I mean, you could almost have built this using the same technology we did for Diablo. You know, what was that, almost 20 years ago now? This is not that advanced from a graphics perspective. Now, you can do this and kind of rotate, which is kind of neat and shows you a little bit. But you'll notice I let go of the mouse and it snaps right back. So you can't actually rotate and keep it rotated. You're always going to face north. Yeah. Interesting decision by the designers. I'm not sure if there was some technical limitations there or if there was just a desire to sort of bring back the original feel of it. I do know that this has definitely gone a very cartoony feel. If you look at the characters, I mean, here's Montezuma. I mean, I remember we used to have actual people. You know, like it's in Civ 2, you have a guy dressed in a toga telling you about your military. And I mean, now we're back to, you know, this is a very stylized work and very, like I said, very cartoonish in a way. The other leaders are also cartoonish. It's just kind of an interesting thing. So anyway, so we've got that, and right now we're going to click next turn. Let's see what happens. So we know that that barbarian scout was right here when we stopped chasing him. We're going to see where we get off to here.
Reconnaissance
Aha.
units like scouts are unique in that they can gain experience by exploring and discovering parts of the world.
Yes, they don't have to get all their experience through combat, which is really pretty cool. The other thing is, as you're upgrading your units, as you're promoting them, when they hit level 3, you can name them. So that's a really kind of a cool thing. So like I had one group that was a scout, and they got known as the Lost Boys. And that was just what they were. They just walked around. I mean, when you look down here, instead of saying Eagle Warriors, it said the Lost Boys, which was pretty kind of cool. There's a whole bunch of different things you can do to randomize the names and stuff. There's going to be a little pen icon right here, and we'll probably see that in a later video. If I do, then I'll link below and show you what that's going to look like. But anyway, I think we're good here. Let's head up this direction and see what if that scout's still around this area. Oh, no, he's trotted off some different direction. All right. Where should our scout go? I think we should have him head this way, toward the new continent, because that's where the new continent is. All right, just double check and make sure that really is truly the case, and I'm not just smoking crack. It really truly is the case. Okay, yeah, we have Mu and Rodinia. So those are our continents, and now we got to choose our production. Now, something else you can't do now, as you were able to do in previous builds, at least I haven't found a way to do it, so if you know a way, please comment below and let me know, is creating queues. I don't think there's any real lost production from having an empty queue at the beginning of a turn. I know there used to be. If you like, for instance, if you could finish off a turn and you could finish a unit or a building or whatever, and then you had extra capacity, that would get applied to the unit, to whatever you're going to build next, before your turn started. You don't have that anymore that I can tell. So there's some interesting decisions there as well. But it just seems that things are going to take a lot longer. Wonders especially take a lot longer. But just in general, you know, I was playing a pretty straightforward game, and I mean, it was like 1945 before I got flight, I think it was. And I'm just like, holy crap. And it took me, you know, a good 70 turns to build a spaceport. So it was 1995, I think, when I finally finished the spaceport. So, and not that I wasn't trying. Um, so there's just interesting decisions from the designers. So, all right, what do we got? Okay, we're gonna hit next turn. That's what we're gonna do. We're going to build a monument, see how that works for us. We do want to get some more culture. We are also going to get some faith. Now, faith is kind of a cute little thing here. It's a whole different way of doing it.
Clay must feel happy in the good potter's hand.
Well, thank you, Janet Fitch. Appreciate that. And thank you again, Sean Bean. Oh, okay. All right. You know what? We're going to just say F you to the scout, and we're going to go down this way. All right. Let's head him up this direction. Let's see what's here.
Our city-state neighbors have made a request of us. If we can impress them, I think they will reward us handsomely.
Oh, they will reward us handsomely. All right. So that's really cool. So we found a city-state. We found Yerevan. They are... I have no idea. That's just the symbol. They're religious. Okay, so that's the type of city they are. That's kind of good to know. All right, so we get some information here about our city-states. Just tells us if we have any bonuses that we've earned from sending envoys. So your influence with city-states is less just about influence and how much money you can give them or gifts or whatever. You actually send envoys, and then you compete with other civilizations with their envoys to try to become the suzerain for that city-state. Gives you some benefits for it. This one will give you +2 faith in the capital. This one gives you +2 for every holy site district. And this one is an additional +2. So you get +4 for every holy site. So that's pretty good if you're going down the faith path. By the way, there is a religious victory that you can have. And I think, honestly, I think it might be the easiest path to victory. The science victory is going to take forever. Domination obviously is one of those that you can really pursue at the beginning. We're going to pursue it sort of. But I think really the religious victory is pretty much the easiest way to win the game that I've seen. So, all right. But city-states also have quests. And so if we can give our quest. So we would like to get a Eureka moment for bronze working. Okay. Well, oops, wrong one. Oh, come on. That was ironic. One more time, Bill. Okay. All right, so bronze working. Let's see what bronze working is. It is down here. We have to kill 3 barbarians, then we get a Eureka moment. That will improve our standing with that city-state. So that's how we're going to do that. But each city-state's going to have quests, and if you complete those quests, then you're going to increase your influence with them, which is kind of handy. Ooh, look, sugar. We like sugar. Okay. All right, next turn. Let's next turn this bad boy. And I'm going to zoom out a little bit so we can see a little more of the world. Uh-oh. Barbarians. Barbarians. Okay. All right. Well, okay. There's not much we can do about that. Except we can bring this guy back here and try to attack these barbarians. You know what? Let's do that. Ooh, you found more barbarians. Crap. But he can attack in this turn, so let's do that. Oh, 2 boys and their dogs. Okay, so real quick, I want to point out, and I want to go back up here to the scouts. There's going to be an interesting thing here. You'll see that there's this option here that shows you minor victory. So if you have a guy and you're looking at if you're looking at an opponent, it'll tell you how likely you are to win that battle, and it'll be everywhere from stalemate to minor victory or defeat to major victory or major defeat, and then decisive victory. Decisive victory is what you want because that'll actually destroy the other unit, which is really handy, obviously, when you're trying to beat up on barbarians and such. And we did some damage to them. We've got 76 health. They've got whatever health that is. But it also tells you about how much damage you're going to do, which can be pretty handy. So there's at least, actually, I think now we've got probably 2 different barbarian encampments nearby. Now, we can't attack these guys because we don't have our walls up, so we can't do a ranged attack, which is a little strange, but okay, well, there you are. And we've got a while before we can get them. We only just got pottery, for God's sakes. We haven't really figured out how walls work. So let's bring these guys down and see what's this direction. Oh, we found the other side of the continent over here. Okay, so we've got ourselves some things to do, and it'll also tell you, hey, we spotted barbarians. Okay, yeah, we got that. So. Ooh, dun, 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 dun. Ooh, what happened there? Oh, okay, that was a little strange. Let us see what's on the other side of these woods. Oh, great, nothing. We chose poorly. Okay, well, that was awesome. All right, well, let's head up this direction again, and we're gonna go check these guys out. All right, so we did some damage to those barbarian scouts. So we've sort of tagged them. We now know if they're around. It'll be interesting to see if anything happens with that. Ooh, he's back. What should we do? What should we do? Should we go kick his ass? Yeah, I think we should. I think we should. Now that he's back, I think we should go beat up on him. All right. Take that. Here's a stick. Poke you in the face. Okay. Aha. All right. So we did We took 28 damage, he took 38 damage, so again, we're doing a little bit better than he is. It does slant it in your favor, at least at the lower levels. As you get higher, it does tend to slant it the other direction, but not surprisingly. All right, let's head this direction. We're going to see what's down here, because there's definitely some stuff down over this direction. So we'll go that way and see what's over there. And let's go back to Tenochtitlan and see what's here. All right, we have 10 turns till we get our monument. Now, we need to get a builder at some point, and once we get our builder, then that's going to actually help us improve all these resources, all these tiles out here. So we've got a lot of cattle, we've got some stone, and we've got some ivory. So we need to get animal husbandry for that. We need to get mining for that. Animal husbandry. So once we get our animal husbandry, then we can begin to look at it. Now, we can obviously buy a builder, which we can take a look at here in a second. Maybe. Hold on. Ah, there we are. Okay. So we can take a look. A builder's going to cost us 200 gold. So once we have the opportunity, we can once we get 200 gold, and that 40 that we got from those villagers will probably help out a lot in that respect. So we'll want to do that, and then let's see if we can scare this guy away. All right. So he is. Oh, he ran away, all the way away. Interesting. Oh, he went up on the hills. That's why. Okay. So we're really close, actually, to killing him off. I would like to, actually, let's keep a close track on him. Got ourselves a couple of options here, so we'll see what happens. All right. Pull back. Oh, yep, and there's our dyes. You can see all those little pretty plants. Oh, they're so pretty. Okay. So let's take a little broader view of the world. I'm going to have some of my libation. Okay, never mind.
Enacting new policies in our government can be of great benefit.
Okay.
Our people await your decree.
Okay.
It is not wisdom, but authority that makes a law.
You might be right about that, Hobbs. Okay. So when you get a civic, you can then go in and change your policies. So since this is our first one, we don't have any yet, this is going to be our option. So my government right now is a chiefdom. That's all we got. If we look over here and we look at our view governments, we need to get this political philosophy civic. Then we get access actually to 3 different kinds of governments that we can go through, which is pretty handy. And it can be more focused militarily, balanced, or more economically. So, and then these wild cards, these last ones here are wild cards. You can pick actually any of the 3, military, economic, or diplomatic. And then you can also pick a 4th one, which would be earning great person points. So you can try to earn points for a great prophet, or a great admiral, or a great general, whatever it is. So let's take a look at our policies, though. So let's do God King. Ooh, God King, I like that one. And yeah, I watched Markiplier. She's like, oh, I am a God King, but I think I want more production. I'm like, you know what? Having played this, I'm going to try building up my faith first. And we definitely want some strength against fighting barbarians. Okay, let's confirm those policies, and let's check this out. Okay, here we are. Now, unfortunately, that barbarian scout, there he is. All right, so I'm going to bring it down. Oh, there's the encampment right there. Okay, so we found the encampment. Oh, and it's been attacked. I wonder who else is out here. Wonder who attacked them. We'll have to find out. Okay, now we can't do anything about them yet. We're there because they're in the woods, and we only have 1 movement point. I think it's on a hill too. Is it on a hill too? It is. Yes, plains, hills. And yeah, okay, so we can't do jack about that. Okay, but here we're going to open up our civics tree. And let's go ahead and do foreign trade. We'll get our foreign trade first because we discovered a second continent. This is going to happen faster. I think we're going to be able to purchase a builder and then improve our 3 tiles, get that boost to craftsmanship, and sort of kickstart things a little bit here. So that's what I'm hoping for. We're going to see if that's going to work out. All right. Okay, now we're back. These guys have run off into here, I think, and I can't get them from where I am. Because, again, they have 3 movement points. I've only got 2 movement points. But we did find out who attacked this outpost, and that was the Yerevan city warriors. So that's kind of cool. But here we go. Here's our decisive victory against these guys. Let's see if we can get them. That was probably the wrong direction to attack from. I probably should have attacked from the stones. Oh, don't kill the doggy. Okay, good. Yay, doggy's fine. Ooh, and we have a promotion available for us, which will not only, so it used to be in previous games you had the option of either, healing your unit all the way or getting the promotion. Now if you get the promotion, it will help heal your unit quite a bit. So we'll see when we do that next turn how that's going to work for us. And then let's take a look at Tenochtitlan and see how we're doing. We've got 7 turns till our monument, and we're good. All right, here we go.
Fond of pigs. Dogs look up to us. Cats look down on us. Pigs treat us as equals.
Perhaps. I think Winston might have a little more experience with pigs than I do, so that's very possible. All right. Well, you know what? We're going to say, F you to that guy, and we're going to head back this direction because we do need to get some more exploration happening. But I do want to show you what's going to happen here. So here's our Aztec scouts, and we have promotion available. Now, it will consume all the movement points, but you have the choice if you're a ranger or alpine, so hill movement or woods and forest. And I'm kind of thinking hill, to be honest. So we'll do that. So there we go. But you'll see that it healed us up. I mean, that was a good 50 points worth of healing right there. So that was pretty good for us, just by getting that promotion. So you get both the promotion and the health upgrade, which is pretty handy. Okay, and we got to choose our research. Now, when you're doing your research, you can also, I think I mentioned this last time, you can chain them together. So I can say, well, now I want mining and astrology and irrigation, and I can just shift click and then add those in a sequence. Same thing with civics. You can do the same thing there. And then we'll just go through this process for all of our civics, all of our technologies in the future. So anyway, so we've got all that going. We still got some stuff happening with the scout. He's kind of walking around a little bit. We'll see what's going to happen, but I will catch you on the other side. So cheers and have a good one.